Yeah.
Making a Book, Part 1. Hi, I'm Carly, and I decided out of the middle of nowhere that I was going to make a book. I know it sounds crazy, but bear with me. I know it's going to be a process, but I'm here to share my process with the rest of you. And, my mistakes is something that maybe other people could avoid in the future. And so when I came up with this idea to make a book, I have to first decide what I want to put into it. What is the size of the book going to be? And, find a place that's going to publish it before I even start any brainstorming. So with that, I knew when I first got this idea what I wanted to be in the book. And that, of course, is going to be a small book showcasing my drawings. I absolutely love drawing characters, but there's something I don't draw as often, which is animal-based creatures. And so when October came around, there is a monthly challenge called the Inktober challenge, where you basically draw something each day for the month of October. And so I decided this would be a great opportunity to go ahead, compile all these pieces of work into, of what's eventually going to be this book. So I decided to go with different creature-based races to get a lot of variety in this on every single page. With the subject decided, I had to figure out what size book do I want? Do I want something to be a typical A4 size, or do I want something a little bit smaller? I want to make it feel like there's value behind it, but I also don't want it to be something that feels like it takes up clutter in people's homes. That's why I decided to go with something very small, but I still want to keep the composition square. So I decided to go with a square-sized book, but very small. Now, I know what I want in my book, and I know what I want my book to look like in terms of shape and size. So now I know what I want to put into my book, but how can I source it, and how much is something like this going to cost me? But now I had to find a local retailer near me to figure out what kind of offers they have in terms of page quality, paper quality, and what the estimated cost would be to get a couple of these printed by myself. So I ended up looking online, and I found this Irish company, and I looked through it. The prices looked great. They had the size that I wanted and was looking for. So with the size, subject, and retailer figured out, I decided that I was going to go ahead, make my prompt list for Inktober, and to start and make this book. Making a Book, Part 2. Welcome back, and thank you all for sticking around. In my last video, I had to basically decide what I was going to do when I was making the book. Before I even start illustrating anything, I had to have a concrete idea of what I was creating it and how I was going to source it. And by the end of the video, I had explained that to everyone. And so, the next step in this process is the funnest part, illustrating the characters. There are 31 of them. I got started one at a time for the whole month of October. It's funny, my original goal for these characters were to keep them in a short time frame for my own sanity's sake. However, as the month of October continued to progress, I found that I was spending more and more time on each character. Not to complain, but halfway through the challenge, I was struggling to post my characters before midnight to meet the deadline for myself. With me having another job and other errands I have to do on the day-to-day basis, this is certainly an achievement that I was happy to complete every day for the month. But man, was I so tired after this. I'm showing just a couple of my characters here, but like I said, there are 31 of them. If you made it this far into the video, please let me know what your favorite character is, and I'll see you all in the next update. The next update will include actually putting this book together, now that I've done the longest, most strenuous part of this process. And so I'll walk you all through that, but until then, you all take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah.